Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another brand new Division video. What I got for you guys today is going to be my PvP classified Deadeye marksman rifle build that I've been working on quite a bit. You guys will see later at the very end of the video some clips and some gameplay that I've been getting with this. Also, if you guys want to see like specific videos where it's just like straight up like raw gameplay, not cut or edited or anything, just raw gameplay of me just going into the dark zone or last stand, survival, whatever it might be, skirmish, doesn't matter. If you guys want to see just like straight up pure gameplay of me just going into some form of PvP mode and just destroying kids, make sure you guys let me know, because I always play solo and I don't really record anything. I just play until I get bored, I guess. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. But hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Like I said, the clips, you guys will see me potato pretty bad at the end of the video because I play on console. And for me personally, I haven't really had that much experience compared to other weapons like SMGs and ARs in this game while using the specific type of weapon. So don't roast me too much for my potato aim with this SVD at the end of the video in the clips. Other than that, guys, hopefully you guys do enjoy the video. If you guys do, make sure you guys drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Let's get right to the video. Alright guys, so getting right into the video, starting off first with the weapons. We're going to be running the Surplus SVD, which was crafted from Blueprint. And then also we are going to be rocking the exotic SMG, the House. First off, starting with the Surplus SVD, you guys can see the gear score is pretty trash, but I don't really care about that because when I'm going to be going into PvP modes other than the Dark Zone, it's going to sort of bump up my stats on all of my pieces of gear and all my weapons to sort of make it fair for everyone else that's in the game if they don't have good as gear as some others might have. So that's the reason why I don't really care about the gear score, but necessarily I do actually care about the talents on the weapon, which is why I crafted this weapon probably like 25 to 35 times until I finally got a combination of specific talents that I wanted. So starting off with the Surplus SVD, you guys can see 158% headshot damage, 66.3 base damage for the weapon, which is actually really low. I think it maxes out at 68, so like I'm on the lower end of damage for this weapon. But going on to the talents themselves, you guys will see that I have Brutal, Deadly, and Prepared. Prepared is one of the main ones I wanted because obviously you guys know damage is increased by 15% when more than 30 meters from the target. Now, ideally, if you guys wanted some other recommendations for specific talents you guys might want it, and specific talent that I might have wanted on this specific weapon, Prepared, I would have wanted paired with Brutal, and then instead of having Deadly, I would have rather had the third talent as Competent so that it's automatically activated, and I don't have to have a lot of electronics. Going on to the House, using an SMG over a AR because when you're using a marksman rifle like the Surplus SVD, if someone rushes up on you, you don't really necessarily want to just have your marksman rifle out and just shoot 1 or 2 bullets at a time, rather than pulling out the House and actually having some form of a chance of maybe killing a guy or running away and surviving, or having your teammates help you. So quickly, I just want to show you guys the skills that I run on this build. Obviously, I'm going to be running Pulse because it gives you the double crit, so it's going to give you a little bit extra critical hit chance and a little bit extra critical hit damage as well. It's not going to be much because my skill power is only at 97k, as you guys can see at the top right hand corner. And then also, you're not going to be running with that much health unless you guys are speccing into like a 6k damage and health build. But for me, I'm running a little bit more Firearms than my healing abilities. So obviously, for my heal, I'm going to be running Booster Shot because I want to get a little bit health. Then again, I also want to get a little bit more damage as well. Next up, I want to quickly show you guys the bonuses you guys receive while running this specific gear set. So for the 2-piece bonus, you're going to be getting a 40% initial bolt stability increase. For 3 pieces, you're going to be getting a 20% bonus for marksman rifle critical hit damage. And then obviously for the 4-piece set, which is going to be called Deadeye itself, when zoomed, marksman rifles lose headshot damage bonuses, but gain 50% critical strike chance when out of cover. And when you're in cover, you get 100%. And then quickly going to the 5-piece bonus is basically the same thing as running the 2 and 3-piece, but it's basically a improved version of it. So you're going to be getting another 40% initial bullet stability, so 80% all together, and then 40% altogether for the marksman rifle critical hit damage. And then lastly, going on to the 6-piece, the reason why you guys probably will see later in the video why I'm not running the 6-piece is, for me personally, it's really hard to get the use out of the 6-piece bonus when you're PvPing, at least for me personally. I could be completely wrong. I tried using it a little bit in PvP modes, and I just didn't really feel like I was getting the full use out of the 6-piece, so I decided to just completely take it off. So that's the reason why you guys don't see me running. So getting into the gear, first off, we're going to be starting with the chest piece. Now, the funny thing about this actually right now is that I had a specific high-end vest that I was going to be using for a build like this, like a pure Firearms, sniper rifle or a shotgun or a, marksman rifle like I'm using right now build like this. But for some reason, it is not in my stash, and it's not on any of my 3 characters that I've created too, so I'm not necessarily sure where it went specifically, but we're going to fill it in with the exotic vest for now. 1,982 armor on it with 1640 firearms. We're going to be wanting a lot of firearms with this build, which is why you see I have 7,500 firearms on this build. Then we have health on kill, and increased XP. Next up, going on to the mask, we have the Deadeye Acquisition System Mask. 971 armor on it with 3.5% critical hit chance, damage to elite, and then obviously once again we're trying to spec a little bit more into firearms for this build, so we're going to have 1638 firearms on the mask as well. Next up, going on to the knee pads, we have the Deadeye Positioning Braces with 1495 on it. Probably the worst piece in this build, to be honest with you guys. 8% critical hit damage. Like I said, I'm trying to get a lot of critical hit damage, a lot of critical hit chance, and a lot of just straight up pure firearms and pure damage out of this build, so that's the reason why I chose this over something else's major attribute. And then obviously, like I said, we didn't want to go just straight up like pure like 10,000 firearms on this build, so we did actually choose to keep this at the 1346 stam. Now going on to the backpack, we have the Deadeye Go backpack. 1,262 armor on it with a pretty decent 283 gear score on it. Once again, trying to have a decent amount of firearms. Obviously, we have 1640 firearms on this, and then like I said, we're trying to spec into a decent amount of critical hit chance and critical hit damage, which is why you guys see another major attribute with 8% critical hit damage. And then obviously the minor attribute, it's always nice having the extra ammo, which is why we have the 52% ammo capacity. Next up, going on to the gloves, we have 980 armor on these Deadeye Traeger gloves, 279 gear score, which isn't too bad, but isn't too good either. And then for our major attributes, we have double critical hit. And then for our other major attribute, we have the marksman rifle damage, because specifically we are using a SVD, which is a version of a marksman rifle. And then obviously, like I said, I would have realistically probably would have wanted to have at least one more piece of gear in my build that had firearms on it, but the attributes that were on this specific piece of gear for these gloves were really trash. They were really bad, and they had absolutely no bonuses or anything helpful to the build that I was running. So that's the reason why I chose to use my two rerolls on the major attributes. And last but not least, going on to the Deadeye Quick Draw Holster. Last piece of the build, probably one of my best pieces as well for this build with a 286 gear score. 941 armor on it, and then obviously since it's a holster, it's going to have everything on it, which is going to be firearms, electronics, and stam. And then for our major attributes, once again, like I said, trying to spec into critical hit, which is the reason why we have 3.5% critical hit chance. So quickly, before I let you guys go and watch these clips of this build, just want to show you guys a quick last look at the overall build that I showed you guys. 567,000 firepower or DPS, 422k toughness, and basically 100k skill power. Like I said, didn't really spec literally anything into skill power for this specific build, don't really care. Toughness, obviously you're going to have a little bit on the lower end of toughness because you're going to be speccing a lot higher into firearms. And obviously you're going to be wanting to get a lot of damage and a lot of damage output out of the weapons that you're going to be running on this build. And honestly, I don't really see too many people these days running Deadeye builds that have like upwards of 75 to 8,500 stam. Realistically, like I said, if you guys are making a build very similar to mine, you guys might switch out the vest for a high-end vest, and you guys might spec a little bit higher into firearms, maybe in the 8 or 8.5k range. But for me, I was pretty satisfactory at 7.5k firearms, and you guys will see in the clips, I'm not necessarily melting kids, but I am killing them in 2 to 3 shots just about every single time, especially if I'm landing chest to headshots on the players. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this build. If you guys did, make sure you guys drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. If you guys have any questions, any other builds you guys want me to run, let me know down in the comment section below. Once again, I want to say this before the video ends. If you guys just want to see like some pure like 10-minute gameplay clips, like unedited, you know, uncut of just pure, you know, last stand, you know, pure survival, whatever it is that is PvP that you guys might want to see on the channel that you guys have never seen before or never seen me play before live, make sure you guys let me know down in the comment section below. I hope you guys don't roast me for these clips you guys will see, because I have potato aim and I play on console, and when I'm using snipers, whatever it is, marksman rifle or a bolt action, I turn up my sensitivity just a little bit, and I wasn't really quite used to it when I started switching back to bolt actions and marksman rifles. So hopefully you guys don't roast me for that, but I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the clips. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.
minutes to pull this. A fortification at Alpha is taking enemy fire. Has lost a fortification. Fortification at Alpha has been destroyed. Halfway done.